Hello, welcome. I am Gabriel Simoneje, the ICT SAED facilitator here in Cross River State. And today, we are going to be talking about very, very important subject regarding the SAED Post-Camp Training. Now, as a serving corps member, you are eligible to receive 2 certificates on the day of your POP. The first one, which is the one we are all most familiar with, is the Certificate of National Service, otherwise known as CNS. And then the second one is what we call the Certificate of Training. Officially, it is Certificate of Participation in the SAED training program. And as you know, SAED is Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship development. I'm sure that while many of you are very familiar with your CNS, Certificate of National Service, many of us are unaware of the equally valuable Certificate of Training that you could also receive alongside that Certificate of National Service on your POP day. Now, what is the Certificate of Training that we are talking about? The Certificate of Training is awarded to corps members who actively engage in skill acquisition, personal development, and entrepreneurship training during their service year. It is part of the skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development initiative of the NYSC, and specifically referred to as SAED Post-Camp Training. Right now, while you were in camp, you did participate in the SAED in-camp training. For a period of 9 days or so, you were taken through a lot of training programs in your various camps, and we call that, at a point you were allowed to choose from various skill options that were available in camp. Many of you we remember that while you were in camp, some of the skills, some of the options that you wanted to learn weren't even available while you were in camp, right? And you were asked to choose from any of the available. So some of you chose something that you were not really interested in. But the SAED Post-Camp Training is unlimited. Like I've mentioned, it covers from tech trainings to, if you go through the SAED manual, it's categorized the various skills into about 12 majors, and then under each of these 12 or 15, you see numerous skills. So almost anything that you can learn that can facilitate self-development, that can make you more employable, are all part of the SAED Post-Camp Training. Now, the SAED in-camp training, which is what many of you have participated in, does not really attract any certificates from the NYSC. It is what you do in the SAED Post-Camp Training that the NYSC is going to, issue you a certificate of training for. But then, why is the certificate of training? What does it really matter in the first place? Number one, that it is an official document from the NYSC, and therefore it is a proof of personal development. It demonstrates that you used your service year not just to work for the nation, not just to serve the nation, but to also to develop valuable skills for your personal development, for your professional development, or for your professional growth, right? That is one of the importance of the NYSC Certificate of Training. Then the second, which is what I'm going to mention, is the fact that it makes you more attractive to employers. If you are in service, there is every likelihood that by the time you will finish service, you're already 2 years or even 3 years since you graduated from school. And many of the jobs you'll be applying for, if it is not an internship, will be requiring you to have at least 2 years experience, at least 3 years experience, which you don't have. However, many organizations have now become open, right, to the fact that some of the skills, some of the talent, especially from the Gen Zs, that they will find do not really have the working experience that they need, but there is something that they are looking for. And what they are looking for is commitment to learning. If you can demonstrate commitment to learning during your interview, any organization will be willing to take you, because if while you were in service, busy with your PPA, going to work every day, you were still able to make effort, you were still able to, to advance yourself, to learn certain things, it means that you have that personal commitment, to learning. And that is a quality that every employer is looking for. And that is exactly what the NYSC Certificate of Training says about you, and any other certificate of training that you are able to acquire, right, during your service year. But there is a catch, and the catch is that not all SAED training will earn you the certificate of training. It's not all training. Now, when we say all training, it doesn't really mean the skill. What we are now talking about, we are making reference to the fact that the NYSC has what we call accredited centers for your training. What that means is approved centers for training. What this means is that there are facilities that the NYSC have taken liberty to evaluate. They have taken the time to take a look at what they are doing there, because the NYSC cannot just certify any member who comes up and say, yes, I've learned fashion design, I've learned human resource management, I've learned project management. They can't just certify you, right? They have to be sure that you have participated in that training, and that even the facility under which you took that training, has done its job, has done its bidding. We are aware this, and the scheme is aware that a lot of core members, there are a lot of people around who claim to be running various programs, various corporate or professional programs, but do not hold classes at all. They give you PDFs, and then they tell you to go and read, and then come and write exam, and then whether you pass the exam or not, you are issued certificates. So the NYSC is aware of all of these schemes and all of these stuff that are going on. As a result, they have resorted to only issue certificate of training to only core members who train with accredited or approved training centers, because these training centers have been vetted. Right now, the NYSC SAED department, is therefore responsible for accrediting training centers, right? So the department approves centers before they approve these centers, they go visit them, they look at their facilities, they look at their curriculum, and be sure that yes, these centers are actually very serious, and that they are committed to delivering value, right? The next is monitoring the training quality and the commitment of core members. Regularly, the SAED officers are going to come visit you in that place where you are acquiring that particular skill, or where you are learning, and they evaluate, they check, okay, have you been coming to classes? Have the classes even been taking place? And all of that, because we also have people around who collect money from core members and then run away with the money. They don't carry out the training and all that. And we have those type of issues too. So this is also to curb the issue, and also to by themselves certify that yes, the training and the learning has actually taken place, and that the core member who is to be certified have actually made enough commitment to the learning process. The next is verifying actual participation. Like I have mentioned, the SAED officers will visit you at those places, and they want to be sure that you are there and that you are participating in your training. Most of these visits will be unexpected. One day like that, they know that okay, these are the days. They can call your trainer and say, what days does your core members come for training? They'll find out from your trainer. You will not be aware that day they are going to come and inspect the place. If you are not in class that day, then just the same way they pay visits to you at your PTA to be sure that you are working. Now, if you are training with an unaccredited facility, you will not receive the NYSC Certificate of Training, no matter how diligent you were, because the NYSC have not been able to vet. The NYSC have not been able to see you. They don't know who the person is. They can't really see for themselves. And so the NYSC is not in the business of just issuing a certificate. You should know that by yourself by now. So that is what makes this NYSC Certificate of Training very, very secret and very, very critical, right? It's not just issued anyhow. Now, what are the areas of training that are available? Like I've mentioned, there are varieties of options that are available to you once you are out of camp. When you were in camp, your options were limited because the resources are limited. But now that you're out of camp, you have to. Another thing you have to mention, and maybe I may make emphasis on later, is the fact that the NYSC, another part of the role of the head of the department is to negotiate favorable dealings for all members. As they are approving the centers, they are negotiating with the owner of the center, letting the center know that we need you to give very serious and very considerable discount to our core members who come to train at your facility. You understand? So that is also another thing that they do. They make sure the core members get it, because you have to pay for this training. When you are in camp, you don't pay for in-camp training. The NYSC pays all the trainers that come to train you in camp on your behalf. But when you are on your post-camp, you have to pay for that, and the department makes sure that you get a fair and a considerable deal. Now, what are the areas that are available? There are, like I've mentioned in the SAED manual, there are about 12 or 15 categories of skills there. But for the purpose of this information, of this sensitization, I'm going to reduce everything to 4. Number 1 is business development. We are talking about any courses, any training program that is designed to teach entrepreneurship and business management. Second is corporate and professional skills. Here we are referring to job-ready skills like project management, human resource management, customer service, public speaking. Any of these skills that can help you to become more employable and to be able to pursue a professional career. Then the third, we have digital marketing. Any course in the areas of digital marketing, that you can also take. Then fourth, we have the areas of tech, right? For those who are looking to enter into the tech space, you want to build a career within the tech space, this option is also for you. Then fifth, you have the areas of hard skills like fashion design, cosmetology, shoemaking, all of these things that requires physical activities and all that also falls under anything you want to learn that requires, that will enable you to be self-reliant, to be self-sufficient, to be more employable, are all captured by the SAED program. Remember, SAED is skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development. So any form of skill that is targeted towards making you self-reliant, goes with the initiative. Next, let's talk about some of the challenges that are facing core members, right? Some of the challenges that are facing core members. There are a lot of challenges that are facing core members when it comes to SAED Post-Camp Training. But again, for the purpose of this sensitization, I'm going to mention about 3 of them. First is lack of awareness. A lot of core members, despite the various emphasis in camp, despite the sensitization and all that, a lot of core members, as soon as they're out of camp, they still forget about what the SAED, they completely forget about SAED. I've spent a considerable time in making calls to core members, encouraging them to participate. And sometimes you call the core member and the core member doesn't even know what SAED is at all. He has completely forgotten. Those who remember, then you have to prompt their memory again to remember what SAED actually are. So that is problem number 1. Problem number 2 is financial constraint. We all know that core members have limited resources, limited financial resources. And most of these trainings are not cheap. They are very, very expensive, right? And so core members have a lot of challenges, muzzling up the financial commitment to be able to come up with the money that they need, to start the training. The next is limited access. Over 70% of core members deployed to every state within the federation are posted to the rural communities, And in most of these rural communities, these local governments, they do not have any robust, they do not have, you go to some communities where there are no training centers completely. There are no training centers at all for core members to even leverage on, right? There are no physical training facilities. So that is another big challenge that core members specifically who are serving in rural communities have when it comes to SAED post-camp training. Now, the NYSC is aware of this, the SAED department is aware of this, and therefore certain efforts are being made to address these issues that I have mentioned. And the number one effort that is being made to address this issue is routine sensitization by SAED facilitators and by NYSC officials and SAED field officers. Every time you go for your biometric clearance, your AGI will be there to prompt you, to tell you about, to remind you about the SAED Post-Camp Training, the SAED facilitators, especially those who are approved. We have those who are not approved that have the permission to also come and sensitize you. You understand? Then there are others also, those who are approved are, however, under obligation by all means to carry out routine sensitization. So in this way, the issue of lack of awareness is addressed. Second is on the issue of finance, limited finance on the part of core members. The department makes sure to negotiate discounted training fees with accredited center. So if you go to an accredited center, you definitely get a very good deal, because the department have sat down with the trainers, with the owners of that center, and they have discussed and said, look, this is the rate that you are going to be charging core members. You understand? Even as a core member, your uniform is a lot too. If you wear your cap or maybe your uniform and you walk into any training center, even if they are not approved, once they see that you're a core member, they will be willing to give you a discount also, right? And the next is partnership with online training platforms. As we have mentioned earlier, those serving in rural communities may not even have an entire access to any training facility around them. So what has the department done? The department has also recognized the digitalization of training opportunities and the fact that a lot of things are now happening online, to also partner with online training platforms like Jomo Resource Center, you understand, to allow core members in remote areas to also participate in SAED program. Now, speaking about Jomo Resource Center, Jomo Resource Center is a trusted SAED training partner located in Calabar, Cross River State, and offers accredited and flexible online training platform tailored for NYSC, tailored for core members, right? Now, what does Jomo Resource Center therefore offers? Number one is convenient online learning platform. Through the online platform that is designed and maintained by Jomo Resource Center, core members are able to learn any of the things that are available on that platform. That platform has about 51 or 54 training programs or courses that you could actually take. And all you need to do is, just like your NYSC dashboard, you will be required to create an e-learning account just with your smartphone. You create your e-learning account, all your classes, all your classes will be there. It is self-paced. When we say it is self-paced, it means that you take your classes at your own will and at your own schedule. You can finish your course at any time at your own time of choosing. You understand? And as fast as possible as you can. So it's not as if you are in competition with anybody or you have a general time for class, right? So that is what we mean when we say it is convenient and self-paced. So you have your e-learning dashboard, just the same way you have your NYSC dashboard. You can log in, take your class, and log out. The next is affordable prices. The courses there have been, highly subsidized to enable core members to be able to afford. You have about 30 to 40% in discount. The third feature I would like to mention is what we call the Core Mentorship Program, CMP, Core Mentorship Program. Now, the Core Mentorship Program is another program via which Jomo Resource Center, in partnership with the SAED department, is able to provide core members 50% discount in all the courses that is covered in its online training platform. And also, these core members also have access to free workshop, about 10 different workshops. That one you don't pay for it. The CMP program have what we call subsidized resources and free resources. Subsidized resources, as I've mentioned, are the courses. CMP candidates have a flat 50% discount. And then we have the free resources. The free resources include workshops. There are about 10 workshops that you have access to on different things. And those workshops also come with certificate of participation from Jomo Resource Center. And then you have there are a lot of ebooks also that are there. And then there is also the free consultants. If you need advice on literally anything, Jomo Resource Center is also there to provide it to you for free. Now, let us talk about the training options that are available at Jomo Resource Center. Number one, business development courses. There are 12 business development courses, such as general business courses like business planning and implementation, business documentation and accounting, business registration and product legalization. These are courses that deals with how you can register your business, how you can legalize your product, get licenses, and all that. And then there are also industry-specific courses. There are about 9 industry-specific courses covering the 9 major industries in Nigeria, such as fashion design, real estate and construction, oil and gas, food processing, agribusiness establishment and management, and several other areas, right? There are courses in all the 9 major industries in Nigeria. The next training option that is available on the e-learning platform made available by Jomo Resource Center is what we call the corporate courses. These corporate courses are 9 in number, and they include options such as human resource management, project management, customer service, marketing and branding, communication and public speaking, and many others, right? So all of these options are covered. The next is the digital marketing. The digital marketing also covers about 12 courses in digital marketing, beginning with your social media marketing, search engine optimization and search engine marketing, website optimization and website marketing, AI, artificial intelligence in the digital marketing, content creation and copywriting, and many other options under the digital marketing category. And then the fourth is what we call the tech beginners. The tech beginners are 20 courses in number that are designed around the 20 most lucrative careers in tech. The goal of these tech beginners is to assist core members who want to go into tech but do not have a background in tech to be able to, take any of these courses to get them started in tech. They help you to decide properly which option in tech fits you best. You understand? So you can go through the course list and then you can decide which. After taking the course, you can now make an informed decision as to whether that particular career in tech is fitting for you or not. It covers options even up to artificial intelligence and machine learning and many other lucrative web development and several others. Now, how to get started? All of these options that Jomo Resource Center has provided are available to core members across the nationwide, wherever you are. As long as you have access to internet connection and you have a smartphone, you are able to participate in any of these training program. To get started, all you need to do is to visit elearn.jomoruc.com, or you can send your state code on WhatsApp to 08141690918 08141690918. You send your state code to this number on WhatsApp, and then we can get you started. In the description of this video also, the links are also there. Now, once you are able to access that link, you will see the option to register. You just click on register, fill out your information, fill out the form. This register is what is going to create an e-learning account for you. So you fill it out and then you click on the register button, and then your e-learning account will be created. This will not take you more than 30 seconds. Your e-learning account will be created. Once you do that, then the next you can do is to browse through the courses. If you have already decided on the course, you can go ahead and click on all courses, then search for the particular course that you want to take, and then you can go ahead and buy the course. You understand? And then you pay the discounted price and everything is there for you to see. So you pay the amount of money that you have been asked to pay. You understand? And then once you do that, your course will be approved almost immediately. If it delays, it will not delay more than 24 hours, but it will be almost immediately. Your course will be approved as soon as you make your payment, and then you can begin your classes. All your classes, like I mentioned, will be in your dashboard, and and you are able to take your classes from there. Of course, it is also necessary for you to have maybe a view of all the courses. You want to evaluate the courses, look at the curriculum. Once you send your state code to the number I mentioned earlier, 08141690918. The number will also drop the list of all the courses for you, so you have the opportunity to go through the various options that are available, even their curriculum. Even on the platform, you can still go through the curriculum of the course, just to be sure that the course has what you need before you actually take it. Now, once you complete your course, you are going to receive your certificate of training from Jomo Resource Center within 24 hours. Within 24 hours of finishing the course, you are going to get your certificate of training from Jomo Resource Center. The next thing you need to do once you get that certificate is to go and document with your AGI. You go to your AGI and say you want to document for Post-Camp Training. Your AGI will give you a book to fill in your details, fill in the details and everything, and then that will be that for your documentation. And the next, on your POP day, you are going to get your NYSC Certificate of Training alongside your Certificate of National Service. The SAED program is a life-changing program. We are in a world driven by skill. The time when people value certificate. You remember that in this country, there was a time where graduating from certain universities already gives you a job. If you graduate from a particular university, those prestigious universities in those days automatically gives you a job. If you read certain courses, automatically gives you a job. But we are now in a dispensation where no employer sends any university anymore. Those universities that used to, their graduates used to get automatic employment, they are still around, and nobody from those institutions is getting automatic employment again. In fact, even first class graduates are now queuing up for jobs, are now queuing up for interviews. The time have changed. You remember also a time in this country where to apply for a job, you need to have a very, very robust CV, and then you have to attach all your credentials, all your certificate, everything to your CV. Now, we are in a dispensation where you are applying for a job, and the only thing they want from you is a cover letter and a resume. And they want your resume to be only one page. Why? Because the priority have changed. The demand for labor have changed. Now people are looking for skill. What people are looking for now is skill, not longer certificate and credentials. Therefore, the NYSC initiative, the SAED, Skill Acquisition and Entrepreneurship Development, is an umbrella that covers all of us, right? And I want to encourage you to take advantage of this, because while you are in service, you have the opportunity to get these trainings at discounted rates. After service, there is no guarantee for that. While you are in service, if you carry out this training, you also have the apart from the certificate you receive from the organization that will train you, you also get the opportunity to receive this documentation and accreditation from NYSC that yes, the testimonial from NYSC that this person actually carried this out. And you can already foretell that any certificate from the NYSC is a certificate that will be well recognized and well accepted, because the scheme is putting in its due diligence. Thank you very much, and I wish you the very best. Don't forget, ensure to subscribe to this channel, and also check the description of this video. You are going to see all the assistance and all the links and all the phone numbers that you need in order to begin your post-camp training journey. Once again, thank you.